I ranked a client #1 on Google for a competitive keyword, and they still weren't showing up in ChatGPT or Google's AI answers at all. That gap is exactly what this video is about. Hi, I'm Hunter. I've been doing SEO for about 6 years now across niches like education, online business, finance, health, and events. And it's incredible the changes we've seen in the last years with AI completely disrupting the search industry. In today's video, I want to go beyond the theory. I'm going to show you a real live case study from work I'm doing right now for a client called AlphaHub and use it to break down what's actually working for visibility in 2026, both in traditional search and in AI. Here's what we're covering: the difference between SEO and GEO and why that distinction matters, the big debate happening right now in digital marketing, are they the same thing or completely different, my actual results for AlphaHub, and why good SEO rankings alone didn't translate to AI visibility, the key components of both SEO and GEO and where they overlap, and the data on what's actually more important right now. Let's get into it. Most of you watching this already know what SEO is: search engine optimization. It's a practice of ranking your website in traditional search engines like Google and Bing. You optimize your pages, build backlinks, get your technical house in order, and you show up when someone types a query into the search bar. GEO is newer. It stands for Generative Engine Optimization. Instead of ranking in a list of blue links, the goal is to be cited, mentioned, or recommended inside AI-generated answers in tools like ChatGPT, Google's AI Overviews, Perplexity, and Microsoft Copilot. Think of it this way: SEO gets you onto the shelf. GEO gets you recommended by the salesperson. The experience is fundamentally different for the user. In traditional search, they see 10 results and choose. In AI search, they get a synthesized answer that names a handful of sources, and if your brand isn't one of them, you're invisible. That's why this matters. The game is shifting. So here's where it gets interesting, because right now there's a genuine split in the digital marketing world. On one side, you have people saying GEO is completely different from SEO. Different signals, different optimization strategies, different platforms. You need an entirely new playbook. On the other side, there are people, including some people at Google, saying that solid SEO fundamentals are sufficient for AI visibility. For example, in December 2025, Google's John Mueller made a statement in Google Search Live that's been quoted a lot. AI systems rely on search, and there is no such thing as GEO or AEO without doing SEO fundamentals. Companies that want to be around for the long term should focus on something proven with long-term stability and not tricks. And then in May 2026, Google published official guidance explicitly stating that there is no such thing as generative engine optimization for Google AI overviews, that good SEO is sufficient. But here's the nuance: Google's guidance applies to Google's AI overview specifically. For ChatGPT, Perplexity, and other platforms, the picture is more complicated as well. Research from Authority Tech's GEO study found that structural content changes alone lifted AI citations 17% on ChatGPT and Perplexity, changes that wouldn't necessarily move the needle in traditional Google rankings. So who's right? Honestly, both sides in their own way. My take is that SEO is the foundation you cannot skip, but if you want consistent visibility across all AI platforms, not just Google, you need to think about GEO specifically, and I can prove this with a real example. So here's what I want to show you. AlphaHub is a client of mine. They're building an AI-powered private capital marketplace with a data room product built in. I've recently been doing SEO work for them, including relaunching a completely new website about a month ago, and we've got them ranking on the first page for that keyword. We're competing against established players in a fairly competitive SaaS space. But despite that, you'll see that here I typed in top data room providers. I'm in incognito, so these are the unbiased global results. These are the sponsored results, so those are the brands who are paying. Then you have the AI overview here, which we aren't appearing in, as you'll see, but we are appearing as the #1 organic result on Google. So normally, if the argument is that good SEO is good GEO, we should be appearing in the AI overview here, but we're not. As you can see, there are established brands like DataSite, Interlinks, Firmex. These are brands that have been around for a while. And we're also not appearing in the 9 sites referenced here, despite being the #1 result in organic Google search, which is pretty crazy to see. And also when I type this in on ChatGPT, top data room providers, again, you'll see that we are not listed among the top results. Despite ChatGPT, going through Google search to find these results, it decided not to rank us there. And then what's interesting to me is even here with Google Gemini, I typed in top data room providers again and searched that. And In the search result here, the search panel, we are not included again, but we are listed as one of the sources here on the side. As you can see here, we are here as the bottom source. So we include a lot of these brands in our list: Peony, DocSend, Deal Room. So we are kind of adding to their reputation to get added in Gemini's answer here. But because they didn't list us, we are not showing up in Gemini's answer because there's no consistency for our brand yet, because we've just launched this new financial SaaS product. And sorry, I just noticed that I'm covering that, but as you can see here, Alpha Hub. So that's what I'm talking about, that we're showing up in the other sources here. So yeah, this is the key insight. Good SEO can get you ranking, but GEO requires other websites to validate you. That gap between ranking and being cited is exactly what GEO's strategy has to close. Now let's break down SEO and GEO and what actually goes into each. Let me be concrete. Here's what good SEO looks like. Traditional SEO work. On-page optimization like title tags, headings, keyword placement, and internal linking. Unique, high-quality content that answers the query better than competitors. Backlinks, authoritative sites linking back to you, signaling trust to Google. Technical SEO like fast load times, clean crawlability, schema markup, and mobile optimization. Domain authority built over time through consistent publishing and link acquisition. That stuff is not going away. It is the prerequisite at this point. And now here's what GEO adds on top. GEO is what actually drives the AI citations. So what you need are third-party mentions and inclusions in roundup content. AI models heavily cite review sites like G2 and Capterra, best of blog posts and comparison articles. If you're not on those lists and you don't get cited, this is the single biggest gap for Alpha Hub right now. We didn't get cited by the other brands yet because we just recently launched. Brand authority signals across the web, not just your own site, but press coverage, industry publications, forums, LinkedIn posts, YouTube videos. AI models synthesize all these signals from the entire web. Original data and proprietary research. AI prefers to cite content that other sites can't replicate. Generic, what is a data room content gets ignored because the LLM can write that itself. You need to have original studies, benchmarks, and insights to actually get cited here. Content structured, optimized for extraction. You need clear, direct answers near the top of the page, well-organized headings, content that reads like it's meant to be quoted. And domain authority still matters enormously. Research from SE Rankings analysis of 2.3 million pages shows that domain authority is one of the strongest predicators of AI citations. What domain authority means is how long your domain has been around for and how many backlinks it has acquired over time, and how many of those are quality backlinks. So the honest picture is this. The overlap is real and significant, but the piece that pure SEO doesn't cover is the third-party validation layer. The mentions, the review inclusions, the press coverage, the surround sound presence across the web. So what's actually more important right now? Here's what the data says. Let me give you the real numbers because I think a lot of people are either panicking about AI or dismissing it too early. The truth is somewhere in the middle, and the data is actually more nuanced than most people are presenting it. Traditional search still dominates by volume. Organic search still commands close to half of all web traffic. AI referral traffic, by contrast, sits at roughly 0.2% of total web visits globally. So if someone tells you SEO is dead, that's just not what the data shows. Content Square's 2026 benchmark report covering billions of sessions across thousands of websites confirmed that 0.2% figure earlier this year. But here's why you shouldn't dismiss it. That same report shows AI referred traffic grew 623% year over year, and a separate May 2026 analysis puts the current share closer to 1% depending on how you measure it. The trajectory is what matters, not the snapshot. Now here's where it gets really relevant if you're in B2B or SaaS, which Alpha Hub is. The global 0.2% average is dragged down by industries where AI adoption is low. For companies in IT and financial services specifically, AI referral traffic already accounts for 2.8% and 1.5% of their total inbound traffic, respectively, according to Conductor's 2026 benchmarks. That's 10 to 15 times the global average. If you're selling into those verticals to CFOs, fund managers, or tech buyers, there's already a strong chance your buyers are arriving via AI, and you may not even be tracking it yet properly. And that conversion data is where this gets really interesting. SimilarWeb's clickstream analysis from April to May 2026 found that ChatGPT referral traffic converts at 7.1%. That puts it second to only paid search at 7.8% and ahead of direct traffic, organic traffic, social email, and display, every other free channel. The reason is pretty intuitive. When someone clicks through from a ChatGPT answer, the AI has already recommended your brand. You're not browsing. They're investigating a specific recommendation. That intent difference is massive. The counterintuitive number. When a Google AI overview appears, users click through to an external site only about 8% of the time. The rest end the session on the SERP. So for Google specifically, AI visibility is increasingly about brand awareness and trust, not direct clicks. But for ChatGPT and Perplexity, where a click-through is the primary mechanic, the traffic quality is exceptional. So here's what this all means for your strategy. SEO is not optional, it's a foundation that enables GEO. You can't shortcut it. GEO is the highest priority for B2B and SaaS. Your buyers are already using AI to research vendors. If you're not showing up there, a competitor is. Brands cited inside AI results get 35% more organic clicks on the same SERP, even from users who don't click the AI answer directly. Visibility compounds. The window to differentiate is now. Most brands are sleeping on this. The ones building third-party presence today will own AI visibility in 18 months. For Alpha Hub, this framing makes the urgency clear. We're in fintech and private capital, exactly the kind of high-value B2B category where AI referral traffic is already outperforming the global average. Getting cited in the right places isn't nice to have. It's a competitive moat. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, I don't fully know where my brand stands with either SEO or GEO right now, that's exactly the conversation I want to have with you. I work with brands and founders who want to build real online visibility, not just rankings, but actual presence in both traditional search and AI platforms. That means doing the fundamentals right, but also thinking strategically about your broader brand footprint across the web. If that sounds like something your business needs, offer a free strategy call where we talk through your brand, your current visibility, and put together a roadmap that actually makes sense for your stage. The link to book that call is in the video description below.